Petronas says third quarter FY21 profit after tax or PAT came in at 16.31 billion ringgit, the highest since end 2017, thanks to gains in realised prices and impairment write-backs, which more than offsets higher product costs. That's up 69% quarter-on-quarter from 9.64 billion ringgit in the second quarter of FY21. Revenue rose at a slower pace of 8.24% to 61.77 billion ringgit, as the improved average realised prices were partially offset by lower sales volume for crude oil and condensates and LNG. The PAT figure is the highest since the fourth quarter of FY17, when Petronas booked 18.22 billion ringgit on revenue of 61.79 billion ringgit. On a year-on-year basis, Petronas swung back into the black from a loss after tax of 3.37 billion ringgit, while revenue improved by 50.41% year-on-year from 41.07 billion ringgit. The oil giant expects the current trajectory of the oil and gas industry to continue, given modest recovery in demand underpinned by improvements of economic activities globally. It said it will remain steadfast in driving operational and commercial excellence to improve its liquidity and profitability in pursuit of its growth strategy. Former Penang Chief Minister Lim Guan Eng's defence lawyer Gobind Singh Teo is alleging that the MACC had fabricated the final statement by late Ewin founder Datuk Ewe Swee Kheng. This, he contends, renders it inadmissible as evidence. Gobind was cross-examining MACC officer, Assistant Superintendent Muhammad Nazri Mansoor, during Lim's undersea tunnel graft trial at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today. Gobind claimed the recorded statement did not comply with Section 30, subsection 8 of the MACC Act, which states that a statement of a person being examined orally shall be recorded in writing by any officer of the Commission. It states that this statement shall be read to and signed by the said person, and should the person refuse to sign the record, the officer shall endorse thereon under his hand the fact of such refusal and the reasons, if any, given by the person examined. When questioned by Gobind, Muhammad Nazri admitted that he did not record Wee's statement in full. Gobind highlighted that even though Muhammad Nazri admitted he did not have a laptop when he was recording Wee's statement, half of the content on the last page of the handwritten statement, which included Wee's signature, seemed to have been computer-generated. The defence lawyer alleged that the only explanation for this would be that the document was fabricated. RHB Bank booked a 2.1% increase in third quarter FY21 net profit to 635.59 million ringgit, mainly due to higher total income. Quarterly revenue rose 2.7% to 3.03 billion ringgit. On a quarterly basis, however, it saw its net profit slip 9.4%, primarily due to higher net modification losses and higher allowances for credit losses, partially offset by higher net fund-based income and non-fund-based income. This was despite its revenue rising 3.44% from the second quarter of FY21. On its prospects, the country's fourth largest banking group in terms of assets expects the economy to be on a recovery path, premised on the nation's high vaccination rates as well as continued relaxation of restrictions, including the lifting of the interstate travel ban and reopening of more economic activities. The lender expects the banking sector to remain resilient, supported by strong capital and liquidity levels and the proactive provisioning that had been made since last year. At the close, RHB Bank was 0.38% higher at 5 ringgit 28 for a market capitalisation of some 21.87 billion ringgit. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob says the construction of Merdeka 118 will benefit keluarga Malaysia, as this precinct will be a new economic catalyst for Kuala Lumpur, while complementing other areas that are rapidly developing, such as KLCC and KL Central. He said the development of this tower can also provide opportunities to the local community, especially in nearby areas such as Petaling Street, Kampung Atap and Pudu, to develop their business, as well as hold programs or activities to increase the attractiveness of the surrounding areas via PNB Merdeka Ventures Community Grants Program that was launched in June. Ismail said this at the spire completion ceremony for the Merdeka 118 development in the capital today. He said he was proud of the completion of the tower spire amidst the COVID-19 pandemic and hailed it as a great achievement in the field of engineering, which also further strengthens Malaysia's position as a modern and developed country. Merdeka 118 now stands as the second tallest building in the world, behind Dubai's Burj Khalifa and the tallest building in Southeast Asia at a height of 678.9 meters. Meanwhile, PNB Group Chairman Tun Arifin Zakaria said the spire completion represents a significant step forward in the journey of the development, which started in 2016. According to the fund manager's president and group CEO Ahmad Zulkarnain On, construction of the tower has reached 85% completion and is on track for completion by late 2022. COVID-19 policies in Asia-Pacific have put regional economies on a weaker recovery path than the rest of the world. S&P Global Ratings released today a report titled Asia-Pacific Ghosts of COVID Past Hover Over 2022. In this report, it said while the region was highly successful in curbing the spread of the virus early in the pandemic, it was slow to vaccinate and is now only gradually reopening borders and relaxing mobility. The rating agency said the arrival of new COVID-19 variants such as Omicron add to the complexity of managing the virus in APAC and may trigger more mobility controls. Omicron was first reported to the World Health Organization from South Africa last Wednesday and has been discovered in other countries outside Africa, including Belgium, Hong Kong, Britain, Germany, Italy, and Israel. Separately, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said in a tweet today, Omicron is probably more transmissible than the Delta variant, though it is not yet known how contagious the strain is. He advised Malaysians to continue masking up, practice social distancing and good self-hygiene, improve indoor airflow, keep the elderly safe and take booster vaccine shots when offered. Malaysia has yet to detect cases of the new COVID-19 strain.